Good afternoon, everyone. Wanted to share with you some thoughts on the installation of the AM tank, which stands for American Made tank, that I installed in my 2023 Chevy 3500 dually. So I'm just going to walk you through some of the things in related to the tank. So we're going to just take a step up here. You have this little latch right here. You pull this forward, comes down, and then you can lift up and see what you have inside. So there's your fuel gauge right there, and then over here is where you can put in your diesel. Now when I got the box, everything worked out really well. Bought it from Amazon. One of the things that I noticed on the picture is there was something here. When mine came, there was nothing there. So in order to take the cord, which is the power cord here, I went ahead and used a little 1 1/8 paddle bit, cut a hole through there, because as you can see, there's no place to put the power cord so that it wouldn't catch when you shut the lid. So I just did that, fed it right through there. That worked out really well. Then what I did is I came over to the bed of my truck, and here there is a little grommet. And so what I did is I took the grommet, took it out, and ran the wire down through the bottom, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. But everything has worked really well on it. I did put in, it now has, as you can see, it has about 30 some gallons on it, so it's working really well. We did fill up our truck for the first time. Everything is really good, no issues whatsoever from that standpoint. The other thing that we did is I have my winch, which is right over there, that creates a little bit of secure so that this will not slide or move. And then I have a tarp, real big tarp, that's going to sit right here. Then back behind here I put in some jacks that also provide some stability, because it can't go backwards now at that point, and you have to have a little bit of space when you open it up from the lid standpoint. Now let me go ahead and show you how I wired it all together. Okay, so now we're going to go back down through there, and you'll see where the cord came out, and it came down all the way out down through there. So I took the power cord and brought it out and zip tied it to here, and then over here I'll show you what I did, but this is the power line coming from the pump, and then all I simply did was use one of the screws right there to create my ground wire for my power cord coming from the pump. And I already, you'll see right here, this is a cable that I already have ran up to the front of the truck, and that provides power to my pump using my Upfitter switches. Okay, so now we're looking at the inside of the diesel, and you'll notice here this white wire here. There's actually 3 wires inside there. Several months ago I installed this. You'll notice that where that goes is that goes right through right where the wires come out towards the gas pedal, and so there's a little nipple that you cut off. And when you first install the Upfitter switches, they're going to give you a cord like this that gets fed through that little nipple, and then this cord comes out, and then you zip tie it to right there, and then it goes over to the battery, and that's how you get power to your Upfitter switches. So what I did was take a 3-wire, ran that and put that right here, and I have a black and a green. The green comes over and goes down and runs my air horn, and then the black wire gets connected right there, and that runs my lights that are right here. So that's how we did that. So you'll need power in order to run the pump for the AM tank. I chose to use this. I wanted to have an on and off switch right next to me. You can, if you want, run power directly over to the battery. There is enough cord that they provide you, and you can use battery clamps, a black and a red. I chose not to do that. I wanted to have it here because what I wanted to be able to do, let me show you, is I wanted to be able to hit this button right here, and that provided power to my pump. That way, even if it somehow gets clicked on during the course of a trip, I can not have it come on. So that was what I chose to do. You may choose to do something different, but again, you have to run a power cord. I have mine just kind of sitting right here. At some point, I am going to connect it and put some shielding around it. I haven't done that yet. Now that I'm complete with everything that I needed to do, I'm going to put some shielding on it. Okay, you have your upfitter switches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 5 is really almost it's very difficult to get to. It's located towards the back of the roof. It's actually located back over in there. That's where it's located. It's for some type of beacon light. Now, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to find that 1 is, I believe, 25 amp. 2 is 25 amp, and then 3 and 4 are 20. So you have to be careful on which one you choose. Now you'll notice underneath here, this is where I've wired everything together. So for me, I found that the blue wire, which is this one right there, that blue wire, that's connected to my white, so that goes to my pump. The blue wire is number 1. And number 1 is a 25 amp. Which is what you're going to need to operate the 20 amp pump. I tried putting it on number 3, which was a 20 amp pump, but it blew the fuse. So I said, okay, I'm going to move it to 1. So that's what I have done. I've moved it over to 1. So just remember, when you're installing that, you want to make sure you get the correct wire tied to 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending upon what amperage you're at. And like I said, the pump for the AM tank, which is 40 gallons that I installed, needed at least a 25 amp fuse. Now underneath, when you connect everything together, there will be a box that will give you a diagram, and you'll be able to clearly see what each fuse is. They label it for you really